How is everyone? I hope you are doing well. We're back on Idaho for today, and we have a lot to talk about, and I can't fit it all in today, so stay tuned. But let's just break this down for a minute. A lot of people absolutely believe that there was more than one attacker in the Idaho 4. In that scenario, a lot of people are under the impression or have the belief that it could have been 4 or more people. How did they get there? And so most people that are saying that it's 4 or more, when I follow it up and say, well, how did that many people get there? They all say by foot. So then the whole white Hyundai Elantra, I don't care what year it matter, or if in that scenario, because there is no need for a white car. So what if there's a car in the area at a time? Who cares? There are a lot of white cars in the area. Everybody owns a white car. Everybody in Moscow owns a white car, in my opinion. Not only that, but over 30,000 of them own white Hyundai Elantras, because it's a cult or something, the white Hyundai Elantra cult. I'm just saying, all of that is most likely, as we listen to this information, and I'm not going to get too technical here, but Ray showing that quite clearly the FBI has used all this technology in many other ways, but when it comes to Bryan Kohberger, they can't use it because it's not created for 6 months. No, it's that company isn't around. So anyway, who are they covering for? Why would they be covering? If the people are on foot, they're most likely college kids or affiliated with the college. And would that give an incentive to any college employees, even if they drive for the college, to really be on board to protect that college? Because that college is the town, the financial support, the foundation, the cornerstone on all 4 sides. Well, I won't say that. You have the church, right? That's got the cornerstone. Then you have the college on a cornerstone. And so if this is true, that if that is a theory that worked out to be true, it sure the hell don't matter where Kohberger was in his car. My problem is that if it's more than 5, what are you doing? Hiring a van? I mean, you'd be packed in like sardines. Don't you think? A vehicle pulling up and a whole bunch of people outloading and running up to the house and running back and getting in the van. No, we see people running. We see a bunch of hoodies running on the cop's cam on his chest during the alcohol bust. On that note, they're running to Sigma Chi. It's the only building over there. It's the only place they could be running to. Those 4 individuals are going to Sigma Chi at 3:12 a.m. in the morning. 3:12. At 2:52, Kaylee's phone drops off the network completely, as if there's some sort of, intervention there that her phone disconnects. And at 2:53, we now know that Maddie phoned Bethany. Bethany should be home, but was she really at Sigma Chi? Had she never left Sigma Chi? Don't give me that crap about the motel. We all know the motel happens after the crime, not before. Anybody telling you otherwise, tell them to bring you a receipt with the damn date, because I'm not messing around. I'm saying I don't believe they were home yet. I'm wondering if the surviving roommates weren't in the house with the victims, but if Bethany had remained at Sigma Chi because she had maybe an inkling shite was going down. So, in that scenario, that would be exactly, what would it be, 17 minutes? So you'd have 312, and then back it up to, we'll go with Kaylee's phone first. That'd be 18 minutes, right? So it'd be 17 minutes between the last call known at this point by any victim and the minute we see them walking across the thing. 17 minutes. Why am I all about the minutes and all this? Okay. If we back it up 17 minutes, and then you figure they would have had to also have the walk to get to the house of about 2 minutes or so, right? And then they have yet a minute to go. That's 19 minutes. So that gives them 2 minutes extra to do the traveling. So we have 17 minutes between the 4 caught on camera and Maddie's last phone call to Bethany. Feel me? And then we've got to have a little travel there because they're not quite at Sigma Chi when they're on camera. So we'll give them that minute yet to get into the building. And also, if they're going there to do something to the phone, that's a minute or so. All right, so 19 minutes. And that brings up Forchan. Now, the question, of course, is who wrote it? We're going to be talking about that and what were the initials or the alias of the person that posted the one 4chan that is the most notorious, known as the 19-minute flat on foot theory. We are a live audience. Welcome to 1111 True Crime. I'm Mama D. I'm so happy to be here. This is going to get really, really interesting as I read this. Now, many of you have read the 4chan thoroughly and know all about it. However, I went on to the Jay Slater case, and quite a few people from that case have followed Mama D into the Idaho 4 case and don't really understand what we're talking about on 4chan. Plus, I want to go over a few things in the 4chan, even if we beat it, right? We have looked at it thoroughly. There's still more to be had. Now, this is written as somebody that didn't take place from the perspective. So the author of the 4chan I'm about to share is writing it from a perspective that they did not take part of the crime themselves, but are well aware of every bit of it. Like, they knew it was planned, they know who did it, they know why, they know the whole shenanigans, and I've begun to wonder. We all assumed it's a male, but could it be Bethany? I know it sounds crazy because it's made to look like it's a dude. But Bethany says, what the fuck, dude? Or WTF, dude? Or I know, dude, to a female even. She has this, what's up, bro, kind of energy. Okay? She was at Sigma Chi with Ethan, with Santa. And she knows about the fight. She's well aware of it. She would have witnessed the fight because she put herself at that location at the time, and then Xana phones her dad shortly around midnight stating all hell broke loose. Well, don't quote this. This is my interpretation. Whatever. She says there was an altercation at Sigma Chi to dad. They're eating pizza, gonna watch a movie, blah, blah, blah. He's all like, I should come over, but I'm drinking, so I can't drive, right? A few hours later, they're slaughtered in their bed. Now, I think dad wouldn't have just reacted because of a fight, but because Xana had called dad over to change her locks or to fix her lock to make sure that that door was secure, to secure her bedroom door just the week before. Xana and Ethan had Hunter walk them home that night after that bite. So the pretense of something coming from that direction is already intensified. And so it's like, okay, we've got A. In algebra, it represents an unknown, right? Let's describe A as the fight at Sigma Chi with Xana, with Ethan, with Bethany there on the night that this crime is going to take place. Let's go plus B, the other unknown. B. This is where I'm going to plug in Forchan and say it stands for Barry. Hypothetically, throwing spaghetti at the wall. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I am simply speculating. If you plug in 4chan with everything that we know, regardless of who the author is, it's somebody very, very close in my opinion. The math comes out that the direction is to point at somebody over at that frat. But I ask you, could somebody that's trying to not talk, avoid it at all costs, be posting anonymously? The date on this is 12/12/22. The house that this took place is 11/22. I feel there's a lot of repeating digits in this, and the choice of posting on 12/12/22 is 2222 is strange. I really do. But let's go ahead and get into this. Hi, Fancy Fortnite Games. How are you, Criminal Minds? Good to see you all. Hi, Andy, Zoe, Rage Not That Rage. All right. Yes, everything is in my opinion. Let's look at this for a minute. Was 4chan right? Like I said, could it be the perpetrator writing 4chan? Could it be Bethany or Dylan? Or could it just be somebody? Well, let me put it this way. There's a clue in here that this person might actually be someone completely different. There's a clue that would suggest that there's some seniority in this college person, if it's a college person, between them, as in maybe a senior that could have wrote this, because they call them youngins. They call the freshmen youngins. All right. This gets crazy, so bear with me. First of all, trigger warning. This is ugly. A lot of swearing, a lot of indecency. It's not going to be pretty. I'm not happy to read this because it is vulgar. I personally do not support anything said here. It is a horrible reading. I'm going to move it so I can see it better over here. Okay, how do I make it big enough? There we go. That's as big as I can get it for you, lovely. All right, so starting at the top, 12/12/22 at 2:06:40, so a.m. on Monday. Look at the initials, J-A-J, and then LAX, L-A-X, 7P. And I began to wonder if this could be a Jack, right, because of the J-A. Make you wonder if somebody else that actually committed the crime knows that college that good and just totally wrote it to throw everybody into a tizzy about the frats. Or is this somebody that actually knows the crime? We'll let you decide what you think. We do have a poll. But the problem would be is why would we so focused on a vehicle if it's the frats? Because they wouldn't use one. Here we go. Schizo, frats, cunts. And I'm going to read the words the way they are so that you understand it. These are not my words. Davids did this. Loach, mad skills with lacrosse and knife and wrestling. Ethan, posed no challenge. They already gave their alibis, DNA not in the CODIS. They laughing now. So same date, 12/12/22, time has passed greatly. We now are approximately 19, not approximately, exactly 19 minutes later. This person chooses to post again in 19 minutes. Bro, you can see the King Road house from David's SX, meaning Sigma Chi, room. Once that third floor light turned off, they did it. Okay, stop right there. You can absolutely see the house in full view from Sigma Chi. 19 minutes total, walk included. 19 minutes. 3:12. Back it up to 2:53, 17 minutes, add a minute on either side for travel. 19 minutes total, walk included. Talked about this shite at Bishop Kelly and Sigma Chi. Loach and Ethan got into a fight that night. Xana allegedly talked shit. Loach had problems with Maddie also. This shit been brewing since fall rush last year. Remember, Hudson Lindo was 19. Rush, this year they're talking about, last fall rush, right? That would have been previous year. That's when Xana and Ethan were freshmen. Ethan chose Sigma Chi. So did Hudson Lindo. That April, 6 months prior to Ethan in this quadruple homicide, 6 months prior, Hudson Lindo was face down in Paradise Creek, right there by Sigma Chi. So, I think that's a strange quinkadink that this fight has been brewing since fall rush last year. Quinkadink? Maybe. Cunts went quiet on social media for 2 weeks before and after the deed. Brad's mom, pay attention, is a paralegal, so he knows not to say shit. So if we got a paralegal already in the game, that's a big deal, because that person's going to know how to influence the legal system. And most likely they're local. Loaches cleared his social media. And indeed, these boys cleared their social media. This person says, had to take a shite. Sigma Chi, 22. So this is the party where the fight was, right? Sigma Chi, 22. That's a celebration that night. Ethan, Xana, Loach, and Brad at the party. Loach and E have issues. Back to E rushing. Again, Ethan rushing. Again, with Hudson Lindo. Just saying. E talks shit about Loach taking steroids and having his balls shrivel. Loach is pissed as he wanted Xana. Jealous wanted Xana. For dumbass youngins, okay, so this person's about to call all these freshmen, and now they're sophomores, youngins. Could it be thrown in just to feel superior? Perhaps. Or maybe this is a senior writing this. Somebody like, I don't know, JD. Okay. Let's get back into this. For dumbass youngins like Ethan, tutors are assigned. But blew it with Ethan. Or Barry blew it with Ethan. So Barry was assigned as Ethan's tutor. That's true. We have proof of that. So that's why this is so like, holy shite. This isn't just random bullshit. Ethan was being tutored by Barry. There really was a fight at Sigma Chi. All right. Ethan, a second year fresher. Because Ethan didn't do so good the year before, basically. And that's all true. Barry also self-conscious about his, I won't say that word, blood, and talks empty shit. Barry and Loach talked about this shit in general for a while. And if word was getting around, could it have come back to Xana and Ethan and been scared and been like, I want my door locked. Make sure everything's secure in this house. Because I'm hearing talk about these two being psychos that, you know, threaten us. I'm sure that fight, there were threats. Okay. Check this out. Barry and Loach talked about this shit in general for a while. Talked about leaving their cell phones behind and on YouTube, because you know, on YouTube, it just kicks it forward. It's never ending. It doesn't just be like, oh, you played your video, it's done. Disconnect. No. Unlike other programs, YouTube specifically is on a roll at all times. So very important that that was said. YouTube and not like Instagram or on the internet, but no, YouTube. Because you can't tell if somebody's on YouTube and physically watching the program, but you can tell if somebody is on a lot of the other things such as Minecraft or any video game, because there'll be no activity between the controller and the gameplay. And that is detectable online. So YouTube specifically is, as they say, autoplay. No pings, because they're smart enough to leave the phone at home, see? No guns, too loud. Area dead early Sunday mornings. Now keep in mind, Kaylee wasn't supposed to be there that weekend. That's important if you're going with this theory. Don't worry about this J-Rod guy. He's just whatever. Okay. Well-known fact, WKF. Dirty South Loach, so that's his nickname, Dirty South, and Ethan hated each other. Now let's hold on here for a minute. Back the heck up. If we go over to, hold on. Takes a minute to get through all this, but someone had a crush on Xana. I've missed it again. Hold on. Where in the hell is that part? Somebody had a thing for Xana. Caught in a fight, talk shy, Elle had problems with Mads, binge brewing, went quiet, Brad's mom, paralegal, Loach, saw Xana, issues back to rushing, shriveled. He wanted X, Loach. Okay, so in this part, on the third post, it's talking about Loach, Dirty South, having a thing for Xana. So when we go over to the fourth part of the post, which is 5 minutes later off of that one, it says, well-known fact, Dirty South Loach and Ethan hated each other. Why? Because Dirty South Loach, according to the earlier third post, a few minutes earlier, had the thing for Xana. So it was absolute jealousy, and that's why he hated Ethan. So then we go into Barry got a bid, and I don't know what bid means, because our house GPA sucked and the NC was on our asses. Barry's schizo. Dirty South, meaning Loach, and Ethan could not be more opposite. So they're two opposite people. And that's why Xana knew her choice is Ethan. Okay? Mads did talk shit. Maddie did talk shit. Dirty also, so keep in mind, Dirty South, Loach, right? Loach also pissed with Maddie about Rogaine Jake. Now, Maddie's boyfriend is Jake, who looks like he's balding. So Loach has a problem with Maddie and pissed. So it sounds to me like Loach has a sexual desire for Maddie, but she runs her mouth and rejects him. Sounds like he has a sexual desire for Xana, but Xana has chosen Ethan, and so he has targeted them. That's 3 of the victims, and because of this rage, and he's schizo. Okay. Had to charge, no plug. Didn't know what that means. I think the person's saying they're out of charger. Maddie's also a target. Titty's not a target at all, meaning Kaylee. Sorry, guys. Bad luck, well-known fact. And Kaylee wasn't supposed to be home. Goes on to say, high probability some brothers are aware. Some brothers, see? This is one of the frats talking. I think it's a senior frat because he's calling them youngins. Because they're not a sophomore, because Ethan's a sophomore. So in that sense, that'd be weird. Like in the Jay Slater case, we have this 19-year-old calling 2 adult grown men that are twice his age kids, and we're all like, that don't work. So when we come into the Idaho 4 and I see this whole dumbass youngins reference, makes me think this is a senior. But here we go. High probability some brothers are aware. Rogaine has ample opportunity, meaning Jake, Maddie's boyfriend, Rogaine, has ample opportunities. So he'll have other girls now to turn to. And will play the grieving boyfriend. So the question is very questionable and sussy about Rogaine to me. Okay. Barry actually talked about this shit in detail in the past, wearing electrical gloves. And now we know that there's some sort of a glove found that may have blood on the inside of it. And it's black. It's laying, I heard, in the backyard. Okay. Put on baggy clothes after. So they're going to step into an electrician suit, basically, or a hazmat suit, and zip it up, covering all the blood so that they don't track. And walk, operative word, sorry if I'm behind this the whole time, operative word here, walk, no need for a white Hyundai Elantra, so it won't matter who, or because all of Moscow, in my opinion, owns a white Hyundai Elantra. They are a white Hyundai Elantra cult, right? Here, we don't need that. The shite was disposed, wait, back up. They put on baggy clothes and walked away. By the way, remember, this person is claiming that Barry's mom is a paralegal. Loach's mom, I'm sorry, Brad. No, not Brad. Barry. There it is. Barry's mom is a paralegal. Barry's dad alleging that works for a professional cleaning company, and we're missing a magical hours. So you got the legal help and you got the cleaner. 2 of the biggest issues in this case is who would be covering? Would the school cover for Barry and Loach? Would the school cover for them? You got a paralegal and a major cleaning company. on campus. I mean, Sigma Chi would be the problem. All right, and it goes on to say that shite was disposed of in Garden City over Thanksgiving holiday. And if you know what Garden City is, it'll take you towards Boise, which is where DM is from. So, is that not wild? Let's get into the poll, you guys. So I asked you, and you can play along at home. First, I'll read the answers, A, B, C, or D. Well, first I'll read the question. Do you think? I left the word think out. You had to think the question in. All right, do you think there were multiple attackers in the quadruple homicide? A, no, only one did this. B, yes, they drove. C, yes, they were on foot. D, not sure, and on the fence on this. All right, A, B, C, or D. If you're playing at home, go ahead, put your answer down below for me to read. I take it in account mentally, and so do others. They're like, oh, that's a lot of B's I'm seeing in the post. So if you're playing at home, please put your answer in now. All right, my lovelies. Here are your results, and we're going to end the poll with close to 200 votes, about 167, 169, 170. Get your votes in. All right. Do you think there were multiple attackers in the quadruple homicide? All right, we're going to go number 4. The least answer, not worst, but least. Got the least amount of votes was A, no, only one did this. All right. The third answer would be D, not sure and on the fence with this with 10%. So we have 8%, only one did it. Then we have 10%, not sure and on the fence. And then the majority, which is 82%. All right, but it's split. It is split with B being the second to the top answer, second choice, is yes, they drove, multiple attackers at 25%. The majority, well over 50%, 57%, according to our poll, is C, yes, and they were on foot. Meaning local. Damn. That's crazy. My hair looks so thick. What's my secret? I don't know. I do have very thick hair. Like I truly, truly do. When I was younger and I'd go in to get a perm, they'd get 2 boxes out and the hairdressers could only charge me 1 perm fee. And they didn't like that. Thank you, lovely. Criminal Minds, how are you doing? Gail, this case is sounding like Lord of the Flies. So, very soon, and I got to make a note of it. Hold on. All right. A note. I'm getting my paper and pencil ready. Today we're going to play a little whodunit game. Because, and I mean this in a serious way, I want to know who your suspects are. Here's why. With this many suspects that haven't been cleared, and we're going to talk about them from Enon Harsh. Put it in the comments below as well. I'll be taking notes from replay as well as you. Think of all the people that have not truly been cleared. So how could they settle on this outsider? And they're covering. And we know they're covering. What a sham. So you got Ian Harsh, JD, frat boys. Oh, the rug dealers. These are all different theories. The church. I've heard that theory. Oh, now we have the Uber driver, right? Maybe he did it. You think so, Dog Mom? Dog Mom says Barry, all three of them were definitely in BF, meaning Bethany. She was at Sigma Chi. Nobody called 911. They called Sigma Chi to come over. You feel me? Sigma Chi were the first responders, and I'm not talking EMT, I'm talking about first ones on site. Sigma Chi. After having a fight the night before. After everything I told you today, and everything we read on that 19 minutes flat theory on 4chan, Sigma Chi are the ones that have first access to the bodies. Could their DNA be excused? Got the DD. Oh, roommates. Somebody said roommates. Planned it. Okay. DoorDash, I got him. Where the crime lies, DoorDash driver, got him. Oh, DoorDash. I'm thinking Uber. Okay, DoorDash. Thank you. Mama, wake up. Got it. Now we got Demetrius. Okay, Emma Bailey and Demetrius. Okay. Kopaka. Holy shite. I need more paper. Kopaka. Okay. Okay, somebody's saying it was like a ritual. Ooh. Okay. I'll put it. We do have Ian, Dan. So the Aryan brothers, we got that one. Right? Which could fit with 4chan in the sense that this could be a senior Aryan that talked about spick blood. That could be too. Aw, James Monin. Thank you, lovely, for the 99-cent snooper chat. I greatly appreciate that, James. Thank you. That is so kind of you. L.E. Okay. Property managers. Yeah, if you put at 1111 True Crime, it lights me up in red for me, and I can see it. Property manager. How about the college itself? College targeted them because they were setting a bad example and moved off the property. College. Property managers. Okay. Hello, Just Saying. How are you? Farley? I don't know who the hell is Farley. I do. Okay, you want the college / Scott Green. All right, got it. Right, Hudson Lindo was ruled by the same coroner to have been, this is from James Monin, a self-passing, that no frats did it. Exactly. Nobody's going to want to go to the college. Right, where the crime lies. Let's pin that. You have to put an @ symbol and put it all as one word, but you got it. Your theory could be true, though. That would explain why they tore the house down. No one would want to go to a university where sorority unalived other students, or a frat unalived other students, right? So, it's getting late. All right, my lovely Luz. I wanted that because I'm going to make a whodunit video with you guys. We're going to go live. We're going to talk about every single one of these possibilities. And there's a reason for it. Because if in any of these scenarios, there's more circumstantial evidence and access. Remember, means, modes, access, right? Do you have the means to do it? Do you have the access and opportunity to do it? All of these right here that you've named, plus Where's my other one? Yeah, we went on 3 pages. They all have more opportunity. Many of them have much easier access. We don't hear of Xana or Ethan or Maddie or anybody in that house going, there was this guy named BK that wouldn't leave us alone. We're so scared we're going to call our dad that night. No. But we do have the victims calling their parents before they're killed. Legitimately saying, I'm terrified. Well, maybe I should come over there. I wish I wasn't drinking, right? That is way bigger to me. That screams from the rooftops. And if you got a paralegal mom and a dad that professionally cleans the place, it explains all this legal issue with the state because there's influence in the legal system. Could the professional cleaning dad be an explanation for a cleaned latent shoe print? 19 minutes flat. We see him running at 3:12 a.m. Back it up. 19 minutes. It would put them, 12, we'd need 7, 2:53. That's exactly when Kaylee's phone dials Bethany, who most likely was still at Sigma Chi. Quinky dink. A lot to think on, a lot to cover. We're going to have a lot going on. This April, we're going to really pack in some information on this to try to get through a lot more of this. Like I said, Cy-Ray, if you just read or heard about some of the documents that Cy-Ray's affidavits are coming out and how he's explaining that there is a cover-up. This isn't just internet sleuths saying there's a cover-up. Now we got legal professionals that have testified so many times in other cases, granted for the prosecution, that are saying there's something wrong here. But, when you're a billionaire and you own a college or 2, thank you, Arizona. Isn't that weird? You just owned 1 and then the kids get taken out. Now you own an online version too. Is that like, you could even say Scott Green had a motive, in my humble opinion. Not that he did it. But if you wanted to scare a whole bunch of people into taking an online course, that's interesting. All right, my lovelies. Enough for my brain's going to explode. I'm in overload. I have no clue, says Brian's Ramblies. Good to see you, Brian. Good to see you. Hey, Rooster Possum. Twin Peaks meets Twilight Zone. That's a great one to end on. Let's get our music going. Mama D, gotta do some painting. I love you guys. To the moon and back. Thank you kindly for tuning in. Please hit the like button. It really, really helps me feel really good to know you love me. It should be the love button, not the like button. Hit the love button. It's the love button over here. I love you. Bye, my love. See you again very, very soon. Tomorrow.